So, can I ask, would these always be now human sacrifices, or did he still do the animals as well?
Yeah, no, he's pretty much moved on from the snakes and the things.
Right, okay.
These are all human sacrifices now. It's like, I think once you've gone that far, maybe a goat doesn't really have the same effect anymore. I don't know. I'm assuming murder's kind of like a drug. Like we talk sometimes in the podcast that the people get these urges and these sort of cravings almost for the murder, right? And the more they do, the more murders they do, the more they need it to be more elaborate and more crazy and more fucked up and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, on this particular day, he just was like, I want to sacrifice something. And he called for some fresh meat on February 25th. Ovidio Hernandez gladly joined the hunting party, and this is how much he was actually in the mindset of the cult. He actually took the life of his own 14-year-old cousin, Jose Garcia. So this is how...
Oh my God.
I don't know how crazily charming and manipulative this Adolfo must have been, or how naive these other people must have been, or maybe a combination of the two.
But to be fair though, you see it like in other cults that we've seen, and everyone just blindly follows.
They pick on people who they know. I think these people are very
vulnerable.
good. Yeah, I think these people are very good at picking out their targets and finding and looking for people who are vulnerable, who they know they could possibly manipulate, or who might be at a point in their life. So I think it's a combination of the fact that, yeah, he might be an extremely charming, nice chap on the outside, but he's definitely picking these people specifically, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking so. But yeah, so he's got this fucking crime family leader to kill his own cousin, which I'm pretty sure, like, I'm basing this purely from fucking movies, but isn't like family like a big deal to crime families? Or is this just Italian crime families I'm thinking of?
Pretty sure that's just like the mafia and things like that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going off movies.
Well, family should be a big thing anyway, regardless.
Yeah, well, it depends on your family sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, quick fact, which will come into play, actually, down the line. When they were actually sacrificing people, Adolfo had his disciples believe that the ceremony would only work if the victim was screaming. How gross is that? How gross. So, like, they wanted them to scream. They wanted them to, like, beg for their life and stuff. So this is how, like, fucked up it was. It wasn't just the kill that they were getting satisfaction from. It was the pain. It was the torture of them. It's really fucked.
That's disgusting. It's minging.
That's the fucked uppest bit.
Fucked up dust.
Fucked it up, this bit of the whole fucking thing. On March 13th, 1989, Adolfo sacrificed a victim at the ranch and was disappointed when the victim didn't scream. I think it would be kind of good. I like it when, like, people are like, you're going to kill me, but I'm not going to give you what you fucking want from this. Like, you know, I hope it was like that.
Hopefully.
Where they purposefully was like, I'm not going to fucking give you this satisfaction, you bitch. I don't know if they called him a bitch, but because Adolfo wasn't satisfied, though, he ordered his disciples to fan out to find another sacrifice. They ended up randomly abducting 21-year-old Mark Kilroy. The only thing that Mark had done was to be standing alone outside of a saloon. So we said
a saloon?
Yeah.
I thought it was like in the Westerns.
Well, this is Mexico, and I think they still have like saloons.
Oh, do they?
There. Yeah. I think it's just the name of like a bar. I think
yeah, that saloon is a bar. Yeah,
I think that's just what they were still call
them.
Oh. But yeah, so in episode 1 we said that obviously he didn't care whose sacrifice he was. He would just pick people off the street sometimes, and this Mark Kilroy was one of them particular people. But little did Adolfo and his minions know, Mark Kilroy wouldn't disappear so easily.
Why are you giving me them eyes for?
People can't see my face, but I'm giving you very sort of like mysterious,
shifty eyes.
Mark wasn't some homeless dude or drug dealer who could disappear without a trace. Mark Kilroy was in fact a popular and well-known pre-med student from Texas.
Okay. But they're in Mexico, so...
Yes.
So why... He wouldn't be popular in Mexico, right? Because he's from Texas.
No, but if you are popular in one place and go to another place and then don't come back from that place, the people who are in the other place will still miss you.
Yeah, it's just the same with any other people that die, though.
In terms of the other people who he was killing was, like I said, was like homeless people and drug dealers and people who might not necessarily have like a family, who may miss them. Like a homeless person may not have people, like a large community of people who miss them. I mean, we spoke about this before with a lot of the other killers. You know, they pick up sort of transient people who have run away from home. They pick up sex workers. They pick up people who they think are easy pickings and sort of lesser people who they think will be able to be took off the street and disappear without a trace. And 9 times out of 10, they're usually right with that. I mean, a lot of the stories that we've talked about, people just have been picked up off the street, and people don't know. I mean, they haven't got parents who chase after them. They haven't got really any friends to chase after them. If they do have friends, they're probably people who are of an equal. You know, they're probably drug dealers themselves or drug addicts or sex workers themselves, and they don't want to go to the police because the police are just fuckers and they won't believe. They think these people are lesser people as well, and they won't do anything about it. But if you've got someone who is a popular person who is well respected, being pre-med is obviously is a very intelligent person. He's got a lot of credentials and shit. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Proven.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So with Mark being the popular pre-med student from Texas, even though he was in Mexico, Mark's family obviously were missing him. They want to know where he had gone, so they set out a search for him, and they actually got the backing of high-ranking Texas politicians to turn up the heat and an all-out investigation for him, with Mark's disappearance soon becoming an actual international incident.
International,
baby. He's going international.
Then again, because it was in Mexico, so it would be international, wouldn't it?
Yeah. On April 1st, Victor Sorcida, an ex-cop turned gangster, was sacrificed at the ranch. Following the sacrifice, Adolfo apparently received a spirit message telling him to have his troops move a half-ton of marijuana across the border 7 nights later. Because I guess that's what ghosts do, Ghosts tell you to...
Move your drugs.
I am the ghost of Christmas past. You must move 7 kilos of marijuana across the border. That would have made the Casper movie a lot more interesting, right?
Wouldn't it be the Christmas future?
I don't fucking know.
Sorry, that was just me just doing my train of thought then.
Imagine in the Casper movie, like, Casper pops up in front of Christina Ricci. She's like, "Oh, Casper." He's like, "You gotta fucking shove this bag of cocaine up your fucking ass and move your way to Texas, you little bitch." What? Casper. Fucking do it.
Casper with a cigar in his mouth.
Yeah, I'm picturing him kind of like the baby from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But
yes.
Like that version.
That's exactly how I've pictured it as well.
So yeah, he received this weird spirit message telling him to move a shit ton of weed across the border 7 nights later. So Adolfo, of course, takes the spirit's advice and stocked up his ranch full of weed and guns in preparation. It's weird. This guy's fucked.
It really is.
A few days later, Serafin Hernandez left a meeting with Adolfo and was driving through Texas. The police had set up roadblocks that day as they were just doing sort of routine stops.
Okay.
People. I'm assuming maybe with the amount of fucking crime families and drug families that seem to be in this area, the police are kind of clued up on it and do these things every so often. So Serafin was driving down the road following the meeting and believing he was invisible, joke, because remember from the from episode 1, like we said that Adolfo would do these sacrifices and then sell people that they were invisible and shit. So Seraphin believed it. So believing he was invisible, he drove past the police blockades, completely thinking they wouldn't see him. Of course, the police gave chase because they could fucking see him. And so Seraphin keeps on driving because he's just thinking the police are in his rearview mirror, but of course they can't be chasing him because he's invisible. Eventually, though,
as you do.
Yeah. What? Why are you chasing me? I'm invisible. What? Why are you doing this? Eventually, he did stop, though, and Seraphin got out of the car looking highly confused. The police, he's like, what? Is it for me? Like, no, I don't know. It's fucking weird. I can't find a picture of Seraphin either. I wish I could find a picture of Seraphin. The police, of course, wondering who the hell this crazy person was, had their guns pointed at him. Seraphin walked towards the police, laughing and taunting them.
Still thinking he's invisible.
Well, not invisible, but what he
thought. There's the other one where you can't die, can you?
What's the worst? Thought he was bulletproof.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. So he thought he was invisible. Obviously, then he obviously realized maybe he thought, the invisibility wore off. Maybe. But thank God I'm still bulletproof, right? What the fuck?
It's so weird.
It's so stupid. I mean, when we were talking earlier about naive people who can be easily manipulated, you've got to be a certain kind of mentality to believe you can become bulletproof, right? I mean, you've got to be at the lowest point of desperation for someone to be able to fuck with your mind that much.
Yeah. It was just making me think, it was like, when I was a kid, it was like, I thought that I could be a witch myself, and was like, I could make snow come out.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, no. But I was like 5, and I thought that.
When you're a child,
exactly, that's what I'm meaning.
When you're a child, those things are a bit more acceptable to be able, you can probably get away with those sorts of thoughts. But when you're like, if you get past 15 and you think that you're bulletproof,
it's not good.
Maybe seek some help from somebody. The police, luckily though, they did not shoot him. They just thought he was just a crazy person. As you would, because they probably just thought this guy is a fucking whack job. So there's no point in shooting him, because that would just be more paperwork, right? If they shot him, so they're not going to waste their time on paperwork on this douche. But they did arrest him. They asked him where he lived so they could drive him home, and of course Seraphin told them exactly where he was living, and allowed the police to escort him all the way back to the cult headquarters at Rancho Santa Elena. He's just, I'm picturing him.
Why though? I don't get why he said that. When I'm
picturing him being like the cockiest, like just very happy, and I feel like he feels like he is invincible, like he is untouchable. So he's like, yeah, take me home. Just take me home. And I think these people are obviously of either have mental health difficulties, or he is just his education level is just down here. Like he just is just a dumb fuck otherwise. So it's not really surprising. I mean, if you can, if you can be convinced that you're fucking bulletproof and invisible, it's no surprising to me that you would tell the police where your fucking cult's headquarters is. It really, nothing would surprise me with Seraphin. The police were obviously looking around the place when they dropped him off, and they were thinking, obviously, like, what the fuck is this weird, creepy place? And they decided it was kind of kooky enough looking for them to have a little bit of a nosy. Obviously, they didn't have a full warrant at this point, so they could only sort of have a look at what was out. They couldn't start breaking down doors and shit. Well, obviously, Adolfo had the message from the spirits about the marijuana. taking the marijuana over the border or whatever. And he was storing all of his marijuana and his firearms at the ranch, which the police, would there be in such a copious amount of marijuana or firearms,